From the American Riviera in Santa Barbara, California, it's Ken Boxer Live with your host, Ken Boxer, and co-host, two-time Olympian Ty Babilonia. Please welcome Ken and Ty.
Thank you so very much. What a group
great
of people.
audience. Wow. You have a full house.
I have to tell you something. Not just two-time Olympian, but my co-host is a 5-time national champion as well as a world champion figure skater, Ty Babilonia. It's so good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ken.
And as always, you look
Wendy
wonderful.
Foster. Wendy Foster. I go in at 2 o'clock on, today. They have everything set out for me, clothes, jewelry, and then I'm out. So how lucky am I?
Well, it looks very light in fashion.
This is silk chiffon.
Yes,
I love it.
and you look terrific in it.
Thank you.
And I have to tell you about a terrific show.
Okay.
I have this play that's in Santa Barbara right now, playing through August 10th. It's called Ghetto. It's playing at the Center Stage Theater, and I just want to recommend it to all of our viewers because it's a very compelling play about some Jewish entertainers during the war who had to entertain the Nazis in order to stay alive, and it's a most compelling play, and I urge all of our viewers to go see it.
I would love to see that. Absolutely.
Well, from that, now segueing into who do we have on the show?
Oh my goodness, today we have legend, icon of television, probably, other than my mother, one of the classiest ladies ever, Miss Lee Meriwether.
Yes.
Is in the house tonight.
In the house. Absolutely love to see her.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of hers too.
The classiest.
Of course. So, what next? We're going to a
Don't
break.
go away. We will be right back after these messages.
Don't you dare go away.
Ken Boxer Live, brought to you in part by DCH Lexus of Santa Barbara, providing Santa Barbarans and surrounding locations with prestigious luxury cars, SUVs, and hybrid vehicles. American Riviera Bank. Feel good about your bank. Real estate agents Julie Barnes and Jeff Oien, Village Properties Realtors. Now back to Ken Boxer Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And we are back. With us tonight is an actress who has just been on stage and screen, known all over the world. She is somebody that you cannot turn a television on without seeing this woman. We are so delighted to have someone of her stature gracing our stage tonight. We have Lee Meriwether. Now, she was the former Miss America, and although she has an extensive entertainment career before us, many of us know Lee from her many roles, including, get a hold of this, Catwoman from the Batman movie with Adam West, and the many other shows such as Barnaby Jones, The Time Tunnel, Star Trek, The Fugitive, The Munsters, The Today Show, and of course, the television serial All My Children. So let's now welcome to our show the multiple Golden Globe nominee and the always so busy Lee Meriwether. So delighted to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I had no idea I did so much.
She's worn
Isn't she
out.
absolutely stunning? Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Beautiful to have you here.
Thank you very much.
I mentioned in the intro, you were a former Miss America. Tell us, how did that open up the doors for you?
Oh heavens, that's where it all started. I was in college. I didn't enter. I was nominated by a fraternity. I didn't know anything about it, and it was just sheer luck that I ran into a fellow who happened to be at one of the meetings where I was nominated, and he said, "Well, what are you going to do for your talent?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And that's how I really found out that I was nominated. And I had to,
Oh my gosh.
I said, "What are you talking?" He told me, and I had to audition. I had to audition for the Miss San Francisco pageant because it was the first year that the Junior Chamber of Commerce took over, and they had sent out blanket invitations to 18-year-olds and older. And so
you first
That's
were
amazing.
Miss San Francisco.
San Francisco, and then surprise, 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 I won that, and then I...
Wait, what was that
does
like
that
when you
mean-
won?
Well,
Were you in shock? It's pretty shocking.
Completely, mainly because I never expected to win. I had picked another girl. I figured that she was going to win. She really was quite talented. She played the piano beautifully and all. And I just thought that she was going to win. And when the man said, you know, you're Miss Miss San Francisco, and I said, well, how does it feel to be Miss San Francisco? And I said, oh, my mother's going to kill me.
You did not.
Yes, because when my mother was making my gown, she was sewing and she was looking up at me because she was trying to get the hem just right. And she said, you know, if you win this, I am going to kill you.
Oh my God.
Because that would mean another gown, another.
Lord. Oh my God, great story.
But we have actually some footage that you brought with you. I
did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I did.
You did.
It travels around with me.
It travels with you in the suitcase next to you. But we have some video of those days that you were getting
for heaven's sake.
in the pageantry.
Really?
And do we tell the year?
Oh, certainly.
We
it's all right.
19
I'm old.
No, 1955.
Yes,
And
well, this took place in 54. Because I won in 54. Miss America, the pageant is in September. And so by January, her year is really over. So they post-date them. So I won in 54. But the title was 55.
Well, let's watch. First time it was telecast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Televised. Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch Lee Meriwether.
There she is, Miss America. There she is, your ideal.
All right, panel. Actually, we're not going to have any free guesses tonight or anything, so I think we're going to go sort of right to things, you know. I think what we ought to do is tell you that our guest is kind of self-employed and salaried. That ought to confuse you a bit.
Self-employed and salaried?
Yeah, you know, kind of both. Mr. Sir.
Well, may I ask, did you participate in any way in this beauty contest business in Atlantic City during the past week?
Oh, yes.
Were you one of the contestants?
Yes.
Were you one of the finalists?
Yes.
Well, we're narrowing it down. Now it's down to 5. Well, let's start at the top. Did you by any chance win it?
Miss America.
If you're just joining us, we have the legendary and the iconic Lee Meriwether joining us. You were saying a few things as you were watching this. What were some of the things you were mentioning?
Well, it was John Daly had emceed, not emceed, but had been the television host for the first time. That was the first year it was televised.
In 1955.
Yes, well, it was actually September 54.
Okay. Right.
And so he was there. They knew he had been there. Right. So I was silly. I just thought if I disguised my voice, and maybe they wouldn't think of it right away, and of course they did. Right. So it didn't help at all, me being silly and being Southern and everything.
But do you get to watch the pageantries, you know, since 55? I mean, are you going there?
You go.
Yes.
Do you go? Not every year though.
I try to.
Really? So what are your duties when you have them? When you're there?
Well, it depends.
They put you to work?
It depends. Yes, sometimes they do. Last year, I was able to help out by giving color to the parade.
Okay, nice.
The girls' parade in their costumes and their shoes.
Right.
If they call it that now, the show us your shoes
But
parade.
Todd was telling me before the show that it's completely changed. The whole competition's changed, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, well it has grown so. It's a fantastic scholarship foundation right now.
Right.
I mean the scholarships that I received have tripled and quadrupled. They really have. The girls now compete for Miss America now gets a $50,000 scholarship.
That's nice.
For her education, and the girls it lowers as the numbers diminish, and every girl who goes to Atlantic City and competes receives a scholarship as well, plus which her state scholarship and her city scholarship. So it's a wonderful, wonderful organization.
And because it was the first time televised, you became an instant celebrity overnight, basically.
I suppose, yes.
And from there, though, you went into acting?
Well, actually, I was asked midway through my touring of the United States and Canada and South America, I was asked by the Today Show to be their first woman's editor.
I love that. Groundbreaking.
In
Yes.
fact, there was
Groundbreaking.
a 60th anniversary, correct?
Yes, this
all
will
the-
be the 60th anniversary of the Miss America pageant this year, September 14th. You have to. It's a Sunday night now.
No, but
no
wasn't
longer.
there an anniversary of the Today Show?
Oh yes, yes,
you
we
were
did
a part
have.
of?
Yes, I was.
Yes, and
Well,
Florence
all
Henderson.
of the Florence
Okay.
came after me, but I was the first.
The
I love
first,
that.
yes.
I
love
was the
that.
first
Bravo,
woman's
Lee. I have a question. This is for young girls who are thinking of going into pageants or even television. You know, we're from Los Angeles, and there's so much pressure on looks and staying young, and with the Botox, and that it's all about there's
please.
this, and now there's boom, and it's like who are the role? You know, am I wrong?
You are right.
Yeah, I would not want to be a teenager right now because the pressure of whatever they're supposed to look at is frightening to me. Was there any of that when you were growing up, and what advice would you give a young girl?
Dear. Well, I was very awkward when growing up. I was skinny. I was knock-kneed.
But you're
I was just-
beautiful. Doesn't it?
And she's natural.
You did. Well, it's difficult for me to talk about it because it was so. It was rough growing up for me.
Right.
I was never. I didn't have many. I didn't have any boyfriends until I think maybe high school. But then, even then, my senior prom picture is with my father.
But wait a second.
Really?
I know
Because he's
this may.
the- oh, well,
I
never
know there's
mind.
a
We won't
rumor.
go into that.
Okay.
There is a rumor, though,
What?
and I know you've had to deal with it. Is that you were dating Joe DiMaggio?
Oh.
Now, where did that all start?
Well, I did. He actually he knew
This is good.
he knew my father. He knew my father in San Francisco, and his father. I mean, his father knew my father, and also Joe's brother, who ran a restaurant. And my father was a liquor salesman at one point in his life, and he knew the restaurant business, and so they got to know each other. And it was one day in Atlantic City. It was after I had won, and I returned for a pageant activity, and my mother and I checked into the hotel, and Joe was there. And he came over to me and he said, "You don't know me, but I," and I went,
Hello. Duh.
Joe DiMaggio. I said, "Yes, I know who you are, Joe. It's so nice to meet you." And he said, "Well, I would like very much to take you and your mother to dinner. Well, I'd like to talk to you about my father and
Right.
your husband,
Right.
Mrs. Meriwether, and my father had passed away, so but he wanted to talk to us about him and his father and all of that."
Right.
And then my mother said, "If you don't mind, it's been a long, long day. Why don't you take me out?"
And it was like,
Oh, and there's the date.
Yes,
But-
and our
And that's
picture
how
was
the
taken. Our
there.
picture was taken at the restaurant, and
Right.
Joe was asked to be interviewed at a radio show that took place at the restaurant. Okay.
The
And then
rest is
also
history. It
Walter
got-
Winchell took a picture
there
of
you go.
us, and
Walter
it ran.
Winchell.
We ran
Gotta
on the
find
front
that
page.
picture.
Well, we also have some more clips. Another clip.
Oh dear.
And we have, I think it starts with your being on the Jack Benny show. I believe that's the clip. So let's watch. Let's go to it right away.
All right.
Okay. Lee Meriwether.
Do you remember all, like,
The Jack Benny Program.
Good morning, Benedict Arnold High School.
Excuse me, lady, but this dumb kid lost the money you gave him yesterday.
For the community chest?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, I think I gave you $1.
Some of the people are giving him the money again.
Well, I think I can take care of that. Just a second.
What is it?
It's an ordinary fountain pen. Until you twist this to the right, then to the left. Press that lever. It's armed.
You there, miss?
Comrade Katania Irenia Tatania Karenska Alisov. I am from the Moscow Bugle.
You grace us with your presence. May I be of service?
If you please, to take off the mask, to give the better picture.
Great Scott, Batman!
The United World Building, dear comrades in crime. Our objective, the Security Council. Sitting like fat birds in a tree, just waiting to be snatched. And you bungled it again. Again, the dynamic duo escaped our trap.
12, 11,
What's happening to him?
10,
He's in a radiation freeze. It's the first step in his relocation.
5.
How can you destroy others and not me?
I don't want to destroy. I don't want to.
Who are you? Why are you trying to kill us?
Only Sulu.
God, Lee, what a career. I mean, watching that, do you have a favorite moment on television? There's so many.
There are so many.
Great moments.
That's the problem. I had 7 years on Barnaby Jones with Buddy Ebsen, which was a
How
dream
was
come
he,
true. Oh,
Buddy
he was
Ebsen?
heaven. He was absolutely the best ever to work with. He was genuine. He just a gentleman, a gentle soul, and that was wonderful. I worked with John Wayne and Rock Hudson in a movie, The Undefeated.
You need to do a book, Lee.
I'm working on it.
Are you
I am
really?
working on it. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
When I watch these clips, the first thing that comes to mind is here you are, a prolific entertainer. Do you still have to audition? Or do they just call you?
Sometimes I do. Oh, yes.
Do they even know who you are? I mean, you know what I mean? There's got to be some young kids.
Well, there
right
are several
that are
youngsters who are getting their break, and they're doing the independent movies, which I've done a lot of them. And I love auditioning. I don't mind it at all.
I mean, we've had actors who are saying it's the rejection. How do you handle that?
Yes, that's always part of the game.
Even at this stage.
If you can't take rejection, you shouldn't be in the business.
Good
because
answer.
it can also, but it can build you up if you take it and say, okay, what didn't I do with this script that said, no, they don't want me? Or or you go home and you work on it.
And don't take it personally.
Say, hey, come on, I would like to read for you again. Because I've had friends who did that, and they got the job. They had already started to negotiate with someone else.
Very briefly, how you got the Catwoman job?
Oh, I did audition. I walked in, I can still almost feel, I was getting a little dry mouth because I walked into,
some water if you like.
No, it's all right, but I think of it and I remember that moment of walking into this room where there were about, I would say easily 50 to 60 gorgeous women. Voluptuous, and me, I wasn't all that great, and I just
only Miss America.
No, see, but it's not,
chopped liver, right?
But anyway, I walked in, and I thought, oh, how are they going to even remember anything that I do?
Right.
And I thought, okay, well, this is an acting exercise. This is what I'm going to do. I've been studying, I've been working, I'm out with several teachers and all of this, and studied with Lee Strasberg in New York, and all that. I can do this. And luckily, I had grown up with cats all this time, and so I came in, and I spoke in a higher voice when I walked in. I said, "Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hello, hi." And then sat down in the chair, curled up my legs, and started doing this. And I had to have the script in front of me because they had just given me the script, and they told me the page, and I'm like this, and I started purring and sang the lines.
And she got the gig. She got the gig.
One of them, I think it was the director, I'm not sure, I still think it was Les Martinson, who said, "I didn't tell her to do any of that." I heard him say that.
Really?
To somebody, one of the other men.
But it was just so
and
natural.
when you left, you felt good?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt good about it, and the next day I was in wardrobe, and the next day I was filming.
Amazing.
That fast.
And there were two other. So this was for the
movie.
The movie. What
Right.
year was what year was
1966.
And shot here in Santa Barbara. Much
Yes,
of it.
yes.
So
Well, we had one big scene. Oh, it was just fantastic.
Well, I'm going to talk about that when we come back from some more clips.
All right.
And we'll talk about the Santa
more
Barbara
clips.
scene and your connection to Santa Barbara. Let's watch a little bit more of Lee Meriwether.
How was that? He's not coming back.
I know.
It's what I've been afraid of for years. He always said, "Oh, honey, they don't shoot people like me. The worst I'll ever get is a traffic ticket or a punch in the face."
I know. I used to say the same thing myself.
No, it's true, Rory. But nothing's changed. It's taken you quite a while to put aside all that nice, tax-free money. You've got the bed and breakfast, the roses, the dogs. This late in the game, we're not going to let Jessica take it all away from us.
Jason, do you know what you're doing? Look, I have no control.
What Mr. Hamilton was saying was that he'll be sending along Red's next gift on your conversay. You have your bags packed within the hour, and he will have the jet fueled and ready to go.
Well, right before the clip, you were going to tell us your connection to Santa Barbara. Right. You filmed a scene right on Stearns Wharf.
Yes, I was Miss Kitka, heading to her hideout.
Okay.
But I was dressed in a leopard jacket and coat and hat. Hat and boots and all. And then we went inside. But we filmed for quite a while, and then of course the famous "Some Days You Just Can't Get Rid of a Bomb" from that movie was filmed all on the
Stearns Wharf.
Yeah.
Wow.
And,
yes.
And that was 1965,
65, I think we were filming.
But you've been back to
released
Santa
in
Barbara
66.
since, other than doing our show. Have you frequented Santa Barbara?
Oh, yes. I used to come and visit Jonathan Winters before he passed away.
Sure.
We were good friends. We did a couple of shows together. As I was part of his acting company on one of his specials, and we bonded.
Well,
dear man.
Well, I know he passed away not too long ago. But you were in All My Children, I mentioned earlier on.
Yes.
And that show went off the air, and it had a huge following. Would you accept another role on a serial or
a soap opera?
A soap opera?
Oh, yes.
But
yes.
it's
not
grueling,
the
isn't it?
easiest work
Absolutely.
in show business. It is, I think, the most grueling.
Because it's live.
Especially if you are in the lead role, or the story, you're what they call on the front burner. Your storyline is on the front burner.
Right.
You're working every day.
Right.
And it's 9 to, not 5, 9 to 8.
Whenever,
Can
right.
be until you're
Right.
finished. Oh, yes.
And
it is grueling.
And you know, we have only just about a minute left.
No, I have another question.
Well, go ahead. You take it.
I want to know what's happening now, Lee. What are you working on now? I know you did some stage work.
Yes, I've done several plays at Theater West. I continue on with that. I'm going to be doing Once Upon a Mattress in Indiana.
Okay.
Can you travel to Indiana?
By YouTube and internet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've done a couple of films.
Sunny in the Dark.
Sunny in the Dark.
You've got about 40 seconds. Tell us about that.
Oh, it's just a charming movie, and I think everyone will, when it comes out, try and see it. Waiting in the Wings, the musical, is incredible because it's an old-fashioned musical, but it's very today. I mean, and I'm very today, and I don't want to give anything away because it's hysterical.
And I told our audience and our viewers, you are so busy. You are. I mean,
she works nonstop. It's so inspiring.
Tell them your age. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm going to be. Now, I was 19 when I won. And I'm coming up on my 60th anniversary, which will be September 14th when the, so you can do the math.
You can do the math. And we loved having you here.
Lee.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it tremendously.
Come back. Oh, you're so inspiring.
Thank you. Well, that's our show for tonight. It just came by. So be sure to tune in to our next show as we have the author and activist Kim Goldman discussing her new bestseller, Can't Forgive, about her late brother, Ronald Goldman, and the O.J. Simpson trial. Now, this should be a very interesting show, and you don't want to miss that. Well, that's it for now. So for our guest, Lee Meriwether, and for my co-host, Ty Babilonia, and director George Montalvo, and the entire KBL crew, I'm Ken Boxer saying that Ty and I will be seeing you next time on Ken Boxer Live. So good night, everybody, and viva la fiesta!
Ken Boxer Live is brought to you by the following sponsors. DCH Lexus of Santa Barbara, providing Santa Barbarans and surrounding locations with prestigious luxury cars, SUVs, and hybrid vehicles. Palazzio Restaurant, where people don't leave hungry or thirsty. Real estate agents Julie Barnes and Jeff Oien, Village Properties Realtors. American Riviera Bank, feel good about your bank. Wendy Foster, Santa Barbara and Montecito's premier clothing store. Harborview Inn, welcome to Santa Barbara's premier 4-diamond luxury boutique oceanfront hotel. Be a Rosa Inn, let us pamper you in international style. And by Taffy's Pizza, delivery, pickup, or dine in. Los Arroyos Mexican Restaurant, takeout. Perfect Computers, your local computer experts since 1990. Local sales, service, superior support 24/7. Rubicon Theater Company, not your typical season, not your typical theater company. Santa Barbara Chicken Ranch, authentic Mexican style, mesquite barbecue. The Eagle Inn, a family-owned hotel near the beach in Santa Barbara. Go Sunless, custom airbrush tanning in your home or at their location. Organic, plant-based, non-toxic, looks natural. Sammy's Camera, new location at 530 State Street. Summer Lee, makeup artist, stylist, and esthetician. The Ken Boxer Live musical theme, composed and arranged by Mr. Michael J. Leslie.